Okay, I finally have an idea of something that I want to talk about. So, the topic of entering fight or flight mode, or the survival mode, as one might call it. And it is a stage of life that can only be described as very unpleasant. It essentially makes everything you do feel like giving birth. Now, okay, that may have not been the greatest analogy, but it makes everything extremely painful and stressful. So, okay, maybe giving birth is a good analogy, but the survival mode is something that I unfortunately find myself to be in quite often. I would say that today is not much of an exception, as are most of my days. So, basically, I don't know if anyone watching this has experienced this, but every single downtime you have, you essentially would just try to rot your brain and just distract yourself from whatever you're supposed to be doing or whatever you are doing. And you essentially treat it as if it's unwanted or bad. Now, I remember there were phases of my life, probably a couple weeks ago, I would say, where I sort of was like doing everything, and I just got so absorbed into it. Instead of looking at it as stressful, I would always get into a flow state, as one might call it, and I would just be like playing the game. Playing it wouldn't even feel like a chore. I'd just be doing it automatically. I could say that one day where I closed $1,000 in like 4 hours, I wasn't really thinking much of it, but it just happened essentially. Now, I suppose this would be the part where I give some wise words on how to overcome it. And I would say, at the moment, the best way, most effective way of solving this is take one step and then another step and another step after that. Now, I heard this from a video, or another video that isn't this one. But basically, let's say the average day, I can't get out of bed for like an hour. I'm stuck in my bed for an hour and I don't want to do anything. Maybe the dreadful cortisol spike that I get at least, whenever I wake up. I would have to basically essentially look at everything as a win. So like getting out of bed is like a momentous occasion that should be celebrated. And I tried it today. I tried that whole mindset today. I didn't even really try to sell too much today, because if you have watched my previous videos, whenever I knock on the doors, I go into fight or flight, and I screw everything up and I fold under zero pressure. And yeah, that continued to happen today. But I still made it my goal just to get out of the car. And granted, I didn't do too much today because I still felt pretty bad. But it was definitely a step in the right direction, and it really helped me navigate out of this. I would say the other two aspects of my life that isn't relating to the business, which would be doing Blender projects and making music, I have done well with that today, using this method. I probably wouldn't have worked on music at all today, but when I did this, I actually got a pretty decent amount of the track done, and I was actually really happy with it. So I would suppose that the two methods to not being in fight or flight mode is just to actually be happy with what you do and just get to the first step. Because I actually know for a fact that whole state of survival mode is just caused by the fact that you aren't even moving at all. And then it leads to hesitancy. You don't even know if you want to do anything. And then that leads to overthinking. You contemplate doing it. However, when you're forcing yourself forward and you're not leaving a way out, You're not leaving any direction. You're not leaving a single direction to pussy out. You end up moving forward inevitably, and that creates a positive feedback loop. I could say, other than the stress that I felt today from the remaining bits of survival mode that I have on my life, I had a pretty good day today. I worked on some music, did some Blender, did way more Blender than I thought I would. So that was a pleasant surprise. Then I mindlessly knocked. I was still happy that I did it, because I always get those thoughts I should just stay in today. And then a thunderstorm came, like a bad thunderstorm, and I stayed home and I used Blender. And I felt good. And I also did a job today. I did that job that I closed not a couple days ago. The job that I closed yesterday, I did it today. I'm sorry, I'm chin tucking because my neck hurts and I'm trying to prevent it from hurting, but I don't think it's gonna do me any good. Oh yeah, I did that job and he gave me a $40 tip, so that was pretty cool. If you're in as stressful of a situation as I am, or unfortunately, I hope you're not in an even worse one, whoever's watching this. But literally, the whole solution to this is just to keep moving forward and keep doing it to as highest of a quantity as I can. Believe me, I have asked around many people, and that's all they said. And you could say, "Oh, I've been trying that." I can't say that though, because I've still been actively trying to avoid door knocking. I've still been trying to. I would stall. I would literally timer stall and try to knock as little doors as possible because I hated it so much. And I was actually really damn happy when that thunderstorm came. But yeah, I bet once I actually start, letting go of the cortisol, actually doing things, moving forward, I probably would not be as opposed to waking up and doing stuff as I would, let's say, yesterday. Yesterday I would be, I know how I acted yesterday, so I guess before I stop recording this, the only message I really have on what I learned today is that laziness is not it's not what people think it is. It is definitely a form of self-preservation and is trying to avoid stress. It is trying to avoid the soul-crushing feel of failure that you will get when you fail. But unfortunate thing is, it's if you keep trying to, it's like that one thing from the Harry Potter movie where they were stuck in this freaking grass or whatever, this freaking evil flesh-eating plant or whatever, and it's it's only gonna release you if you stop struggling. And that's basically what this is. If you just stand there and then do the thing that you have to do, you'll eventually start liking it. But yep, that's the only BS I have to talk about today. Not much else really. I'm on the side of a random road right now and it's really dark outside. So I hope whoever is watching this has a fantastic day.